You good, Ryan? Thank you, Jeff. All right, guys, if you have a question, please just raise your hand. Obviously, big crowd, we're not going to be able to get to everyone, but we'll do things first and the players play the locker room. Mark Turo, you can start it off.
Hey.
First of all, congratulations on the first win. For anything else, how do you feel?
I feel really good, yeah. It was, you know, I thought the lads worked extremely hard, restricted them to very few chances. They had a little bit more to the ball, certainly in the first half before we fixed that. But yeah, I'm feeling really good. It's nice to win your first game, and I think I've only lost one first game, and that was at Leicester. But it doesn't really count because Man City away.
Last one. Talk about a little bit about the confidence that you had under the open, bringing in JP as well, and English, one male. So just talk to us about that.
As I said before, if they're ready, it doesn't matter what age they are. So, you know, I thought young Tavares was excellent today. You know, he's got great feet. He won the first contact header, you know, and hit the crossbar before Adi goes and scores. But you know, his performance was excellent. And if the young lads are ready, then I'll give them the opportunity. And you know, they're ready at the moment. And you know, it's the first game. It's only one game. We've got a long way to go. But I said to the players, you know, all we can do is concentrate on ourselves and what we do. And there's a really good team spirit amongst the players, and it's enjoyable to see.
You know, again, like you say, it's a work in progress, but how close was the effort and the scheme that you saw tonight to what you wanted to see?
And there were moments where it was really got to thought the first 22 minutes, I think. I thought we were really on the front foot every time we won the ball back. We went direct to try and score, and I thought we caused them some problems. And you know, I thought they got hold of the game in this, you know, the second period of the first half. You know, without really troubling us. I think Callie's only made, you know, the one save, low to his right from a shot from wide. So defensively, I thought our structure was really good. So there's certainly things to work on. We had to fix a couple of things in terms of how we pressed their 2 sixes in the second half, and I thought we did that better.
And is there, as far as any players that stood out, I felt like Ashley was in Enzo mode for a bit when he was chasing that ball up front.
Yeah, he was, and he led by example today. You know, when he drops in between the two centre halves, it's almost like he's got the ball on a piece of string, and you know, he's an excellent player. But he does the hard yards as well, which is what's needed.
Thanks.
Cheers.
From a defensive shape, it looked like you were using Brett kind of in a 4-4-2 with Enzo up top, kind of the first one pressing. Just talk about his game and like just your expectations of him this season.
Yeah, I think the 10 role is his best position. But without the ball, we wanted to flatten it up a little bit to give some support to Enzo, and I thought that would work really well. We wanted him, you know, all the games that we've watched, because it's not just me who watches and who's part of the process of getting them players on the pitch. We watched a lot of their games, and they want to play centrally. They want to try and play through you. I think they had one chance where they played through us in the first half, and Andrew Privets made a fantastic tackle on the edge of the box. Other than that, we made them go around us, and I just felt then that with players like, you know, Andrew and Adi in the middle, you know, we dealt with a lot of crosses really, really well.
62,000 people tonight. You know, your first experience at the Bank. You know, they've never won that home opener. Just how good does that feel to bring this crowd that happiness tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. I mean, I've got 18 of my family here as well, so you know, I had to win. You know, otherwise I would have been in trouble. But I said to the defenders before pre-season started, you know, every clean sheet I'll buy them a nice bottle of wine. So, you know, they reminded me of that straight away after the game.
So, a major criticism of the team last year was the inability to keep leads, dropping points at the end of the game. You held on to the lead for 82 minutes plus. What went into your thinking and your strategy in terms of, you know, keeping that lead?
I think the lads, you know, they worked with the coaches to come up with a game plan for today. You the important thing was to make sure that we didn't veer from it. If we needed to make a change in terms of our game plan, then it would come from the side, and we'd tell the players exactly what we wanted, and they knew a switch that we had. We didn't feel we needed. There were some small fixes at half time, but apart from the one chance, I think Nathan just gets caught under the ball and they put the shot over. Other than that, I was fairly comfortable with us defensively, so there wasn't too much to change. Just looking at a few players when they got a bit tired, then we needed to get fresh legs on, and we've done that with Ninford and JP.
And on a similar vein, there were changes up front, there were changes in the middle, but this was a pretty common back four for the team last year. Why did you decide, at least for your first time out, to keep these four in back one defense?
I think because of how they've done during pre-season training. They've shown me, they can work together really well. I think, including 4 pre-season games, that's 5 clean sheets or shutouts on the spin. So it didn't become a really tough decision for me.
Congrats, Coach. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
We'll go Carol and then Eric.
Congratulations, Dean.
Thank you.
How close did you come to maybe playing in Fasha at the start, and what do you think of getting him out there, period?
Yeah, I was really close. The fact I think that Patrick had to come out of the team with a slight injury, that probably made me keep Ninford on the bench. I felt that I needed some players to come off the bench who would run in behind, and Ninford will do that. And we didn't have too many others. We've got a lot of linked players, but not people who run behind. So that was the big decision. And Tavares got the opportunity. I thought he played really well today.
Dean, you've spoken, and the other day you mentioned being in the stadium 18 months ago. What is the difference in feeling being down on that field in the stadium versus being a spectator?
Well, I think the fact that you're in control of the team out there now, and but as I said to the players, they're the ones who go and get the results. We put a game plan together with them included, and they go and do the hard yards. So, I'm proud of them because they've worked extremely hard over the last 5 or 6 weeks with myself, taking on my ideas and how we want to play, and that's a credit to them today.
Couple more, Brian.
Dean, we were down at pitch side for the pre-match stuff. When you saw that, was that a kind of moment that made you think, justified your decision to come here? Because it's something so different. We wouldn't ever see that in the Premier League, and it's, it feels like a really big sort of occasion. Being at the fireworks and.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was a great occasion. I mean, I was thinking the girl who sang the national anthem that she was only going to be getting 25% of her pay. And then the coaches explained to me what had happened before. So, but the start and the flyover and the fireworks, yeah, it's a tremendous occasion. We certainly know how to put on a show here.
Dean, we talked earlier this week. You described your style, system, however you want to go with it. Lose the ball, go get it, try to score quickly. Were you pleased with the pursuit when this disaster? It was. I know you don't like comparing last year to this year, but it looked different in that regard tonight in a positive way.
Yeah, I think the fact that the players have took on so much information in a short space of time was really good. I mean, the transitions that we worked were really good. We probably could have had a better end product at times, but I've just said it now. I was disappointed for Kerwin. He's missed a penalty and he's missed a couple of chances as well. But we all miss them because he's part of the team. But bad players don't get chances. Good players get chances, and sometimes they miss them.
Logan.
Can you talk to us about Nathan Burns' role today and the challenges he faced?
He was part of the back four. He had Kerwin in front of him, and he's a really good talker and organiser, and that's the part of his game that I want to come out more. I think he's becoming a real leader within the group. We've got the Westwoods, the Scott Arfields, the Brecks, who are experienced players anyway. But Nathan, I thought was excellent today. He had to deal with stopping balls played inside him and keeping them on the outside. And they had some good players, good technical players as well, who could cause you problems. And I thought he stuck at his task really well today.
And then Kerwin Vargas obviously has a few moments that are difficult back to back. The big screen showed the moment between you and him as he came off. What do you say to a player in a moment like that?
I said to him, You know, like I said before, we all make mistakes. You know, there's 62,000 fans here and all the employees, and I guarantee everybody has made a mistake in their job. But it's always what you do next, and that's what I said to him.
Or just last two, right beside Logan, and then one in the back.
Dean, how did you plan on utilizing Ashley Westwood? Because we saw him drop in between the center backs, and how do you see him in that future role at the 6?
Well, he played as a joint 6 today with Junior. You know, we had a plan in terms of how we would build up from restarts and goal kicks, and then we had a plan when we got higher up the pitch, and part of that was for Ashley or Junior at times to drop in between the centre backs or on the side of them, and Brett to drop down. We just wanted to create a little bit of width from our full-backs and our wide players inside, and I thought it worked really well at times. And West is just a player who can go and play in there, and as I say, he can play a 10-yard pass and a 50-yard pass with aplomb.
Last one in the back. Yeah.
Coach, how have you gone about kind of instilling this new type of play style with your players compared to last season?
We've just worked extremely hard. I've showed them clips of the top teams doing things that I want my teams to do. I've shown them top players, doing the same things, and it always starts, and I said to them, a given for me is always hard work. You work hard for yourself first, and then secondly for your team. I said, and then what we do next is take on information, help each other. They've took on a lot of information, but we are still working towards where we want to get to. It's a good start today, and I was told before that obviously we hadn't scored here on the first game and we hadn't won, so that's put to bed if we can stop talking about that now.
Awesome. Thank you, Dean.
Cheers, thank you.
All right, guys, just a little bit of housekeeping